So I have like a summer cold and allergies all at the same time. So yeah. Hello everyone, my name is Alyssa and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing the Race to Reading book tag that was created by the lovely ladies on the Reading Rush channel. If you don't know what the Reading Rush is, it's a week-long readathon that happens all over the internet, all forms of social media, and you just try to read as much as you can in a week. And there's prompts and video prompts and Instagram things. I've done the book prompts, but have I done the Instagram ones or the video ones? Nope, because I've been very busy this week. I'm hoping to at least get one Instagram challenge done, if anything. We shall see. If you want to check out my Instagram, there you are. So there's a series of questions that have to do with like racing and books, so let's get right into it. Question number 1 is a book that stretches your mind. This is for the warm-up, and I kind of went with the, like, I figured it was like a nonfiction route. I don't know, because I don't read a lot of nonfiction, and a lot of the books that I read are like fantasy, so I don't know what stretch your mind means, so this is kind of how I interpreted it. And I actually chose a nonfiction informative book, and that's a drawing book. As many of you all saw in my last video, where the sound didn't work. I hate technology. You all know that I am a self-taught manga artist, cartoon artist, and this book was instrumental in teaching me how to draw, and I highly recommend it. This is the How to Draw Manga Sketching Manga Style book 1. I have 1 and 2. I'd like to get the entire series, but there was like 9 of them, and I was like, that's a lot of money. I absolutely love this. It goes through so many details of how to draw the human body and just posing and all that stuff, and yeah, I recommend it. This stretched my mind. It definitely taught me a lot. So question number 2 is Start Line, a book that you started but never finished. I started this almost 4 years ago. I started this when I was in the hospital with my daughter, when I was pregnant. It's a whole long saga. I was there for 2 months. It was a time. I started this and I just never had a chance to finish it. Obviously, I was a little distracted and I haven't picked it up yet. And this is like one of the top 20 or 10 books I have on my list for this year because I really want to read this. I hear it's absolutely phenomenal. I don't know much about it, aside from it's a girl who kind of lives in a rundown village and finds out that she is an heir or a queen or something, and she has to be thrown into the politics and court life with knowing absolutely nothing. And every time I think about picking this up, I just think of that time in the hospital, and I really just need to get over it and read this dang book, because 4 years is far too long. All right, question number 3 is Sprint, a book you read really quickly. And for that one, I'm going with Black Hearts by Nicole Castroman. So this is not the book that I expected it to be, but I read this in a whole day. And that's like really weird and rare for me. I never read books in a day. Like, that never happens anymore. But before child, I read this in a day and I was really impressed with myself. Have I read the sequel? No. Why? Again, this book was just not what I was expecting it to be. I was kind of disappointed. This is a historical romance, which I thought it was going to be like more on the fantasy / like action side. Oh no, it was romance, just full-on romance between young Blackbeard and a girl named Anne, and it's just about their romance. It was cute. It just wasn't what I was expecting going into this book, which was a little disappointing, but I still finished it in a day, so kudos to me, I guess. Okay, question number 4 is Marathon, your favorite longest book. And I read a lot of fantasy, so I have a lot of long books I could have talked about, but I feel like the long ones I could have talked about, I've already talked about a lot. So I'm going with A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This is so great. This book was absolutely phenomenal. This is like Sarah J. Maas's best book I've read yet. And it's the sequel to A Court of Thorns and Roses, which most people know about, but if you don't, it's a Fae Beauty and the Beast retelling. And it's about a girl who ends up hanging out with a big old wolf, and stuff happens. That was descriptive. This book also has a lot of memories tied to it because I actually finished this book with my best friend Becky, and we were reading it together, and we finished it at Olive Garden. And it was very busy, and so we're just two weirdos sitting at our table munching on our breadsticks, finishing this book, crying and screaming. Not like actual like loud screaming, but like freaking out because of the ending of this book. And everyone is just staring at us like, are these people okay? Which we weren't. But this is a fantastic book. If you have not read this series, please, please, please do. I am due for a reread, at least of this one. The first one's okay, but get to the second one, you will not be disappointed. All right, question number 5 is Hurdles, a book that had a lot of ups and downs. And I'm gonna go with Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. So I read this with our high school book club, and I love the anime Miyazaki adaptation of this, so I was like, I'm gonna love this book. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it either. So I'm like kind of the in-between. There was a lot of really funny parts, and the sarcasm in this book is really great, and the wit, but it was just really boring because again, I had seen the movie, so I had that in my head, and yeah, so this had a lot of ups and downs for me. I enjoyed reading it with the group. I enjoyed the humor, but the rest of the book was kind of slow. This is about a girl named Sophie who insults a witch, and the witch turns her into an old lady, and the only way that she can get not being an old lady is by seeking the wizard Howl. So goes off from there. It's cute. It's just not what I was wanting or expecting or hoping for. This is a very upsetting challenge. Words are bad. Okay, question number 6 is Finish Line, a book you were really proud to finish. And once again, I'm going with Miss Sarah J. Maas because I had actually finished Kingdom of Ash. That was a couple years ago, I think, around when this came out. Again, my friend Becky and I read this together, so it was like a memorable time. It was an interesting conclusion. I definitely loved a lot of things about this book, but there was just some things that I was like, what? So I'm very proud I finished this. This is a very long and very heavy book. I think the thing that I'm most proud of with finishing this book is that I completed an entire series, which is weird for me. I have a really hard time completing series, but for some reason, Sarah J. Maas's book series, I've finished all of them. I have yet to start Crescent City, but I finished the ones that are out. So, very proud of this one. Question number 7 is Gold Medal, the best book you've read during the readathon so far. And honestly, I haven't finished a book. Awkward turtles. But I have gotten through quite a bit of the books that I have been reading. So I just thought I'd briefly mention them. So I'm about 200 pages into Akata Witch, so I'm probably about halfway through now, and I'm really liking this. I mean, it's not phenomenal. It's entertaining, and I really like the narrator and the characters, but the plot's really kind of slow for me, so there's that. And then the other book that I'm still reading and not very far is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. I've already read like 100 pages of this book, so I'm really liking it though. Morgan Matson's books are just so good. If you haven't read any of her books, please do. I have read, after this one, I will have read all of them. And coming from a girl who just mostly reads fantasy and rarely picks up a contemporary, the fact that I've read all of hers is pretty astounding. This one follows Nnedi, a daughter of a very big political figure in her town, and unfortunately a scandal breaks out, and then her whole summer just kind of comes crashing down on her. And it's kind of her discovering herself, finding out who she is, what she wants in life, and it's just really cute, and there's dogs. I love dogs. It's very good so far, but I haven't finished anything, so I don't really actually get a gold medal at this point. And the final question, question number 8, is Participation Ribbon, a book that is very underrated that you wish got more attention. And for that one, I'm going with The Alchemists of Loom by Elise Kova. So I listened to this on audiobook, that's why I don't have it. I do have the sequel though in hardback, and I only have the second book in this trilogy. I don't know why. This is a really interesting series. It follows an interesting magic system, and there's like dragons, but not the stereotypical dragons, so it's really interesting. And our main character is a dragon organ harvester, so she gets tangled up with a dragon. I'm gonna keep doing this because they're not what you're thinking. And that dragon offers her a boon, and that's like a big fancy promise if she promises not to kill him and spare him. So she's like, yes, yes please. And it kind of, story takes off from there. The first book was really good. The second was really good. The third one was kind of meh. I didn't enjoy that one as much because I have a hard time with conclusions, but the first two books are fantastic. I have to reread them to kind of really get a solid rating for the whole trilogy because it's been so long, but it's very, very good. And it's got 2 separate narrators for the different points of views. It's just so good. So I wish more people would talk about this book. So here I am, telling you about it so you can read it. So those are all the questions for the Race to Reading prompt brought to us by the Reading Rush. I had so much fun doing this. I was trying to think of a video to do this week. I've got some other ideas, and then I saw this and I was like, oh, it's Reading Rush week. We better get on this. Since I'm not doing a vlog for the Reading Rush just because I'm a mom, I'm busy, I ain't got time, and my phone can't handle that, I thought this would be kind of an interesting way to get out there and let everyone know, here I am, reading in the rush. Make sure that you leave a nice little comment below because I love responding to comments. It just brightens my day. And make sure you give this a like, and if you haven't subscribed, please do because I upload once a week. So, and I'm doing pretty well so far. Haven't missed a week. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon in the next video. Bye-bye!